Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another amazing episode of The Shift. I'm your host, Adam Carswell, and today we are joined by the crypto girl, also model, also actress, Ellie Gonsalves, all the way from Brisbane. I actually just realized I didn't check with you. I think I got it right. Brisbane, Australia, right?
Well, Gold Coast, Australia.
Gold Coast. Where actually specifically, may I ask?
Just near Surface, actually.
All right. So we have a very strong Australian influence here at Cryptowriter. So I'm going to do my best to show you what I know about your country. But happy to have you here, Ellie. It seems like you've just been on an amazing journey from what I can see and what I've heard when it comes to not only crypto but NFTs, which is like this whole new thing that's happening. And I'm kind of right here with you. I started doing this show with our community maybe about 4 months or so. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Taylor. And it's just been, man, like epiphany after epiphany. So I really want to learn, from you what some of your epiphanies have been. But before I get too far ahead of myself, could you kind of just tell us a little bit about your background and your story? Because it's certainly a unique one. And we're not used to seeing, Ellie Gonsalves pop up in our world yet here in the crypto space.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the modeling and the acting industry for quite a few years. I've been more of a businesswoman, I think, in the sense of, everyone sort of has always told me to stay in my lane, and I've always gone outside of that. And I've had a really interesting career. Like, I've done a Super Bowl commercial. I've done a guest girl campaigns. I've done a movie with Dwayne Johnson. Like, there's so many things that I've done over the years that have been so unique and just not in that box. So I guess it comes down to, like, crypto girl behind me. Like, this is not something I ever would have thought I would be doing 10 years ago when I started doing what I do. But ultimately, like, my partner Ross, who has been a hugely invested in this project and just so passionate about it and created it with me alongside and just really pushed this. Like, he has been incredible. It's such a credit to him because we're just seeing it just so well received in the community. But he initially got me interested in crypto. He started talking to me about it, and he was like, "What do you think about documenting your journey as a beginner?" And I'm still a beginner, really. This is just like it's a tribute to the crypto community. I get to be creative. I've been creative my entire career, basically, and a lot of the companies that I actually work with, I have massive creative input into, like, all of the campaigns, how they roll out, how they look on social media, all the key messaging, everything like that. Like, my L'Oreal campaign that I recently did and I cut my hair for, the messaging behind it was changing beauty standards, and I had a massive creative control over that. So I guess back to the NFTs, Ross got me involved in this, and then we started documenting that beginner journey with BitBoy on the BitBoy Crypto channel, and that was really fun because I just got to really ask all of these stupid questions that everybody out there who wants to get
I'm
involved
right there with you,
crypto,
by the way.
yeah, like, wants to get involved in crypto, they want to ask, but they're too afraid of, like, sounding dumb. And because I was like, I'll ask all those questions. I have no problems with that. So we really targeted such a great group in the community who were wanting to learn, just like me. I was wanting to learn about it, and Ben was so amazing, and he was such a great mentor in that regard, and taught me so much. And then we just gradually went on to NFTs and minted our first one, which cost us like $1,500 because we didn't do it right. And there was such a learning process to NFTs. And it's definitely come a long way, especially in, like, just even 5 months. We sold our first one, we sold our second one, and now we have the amazing collection and series of Crypto Girl that we put so much hard work into because we wanted everybody to love it. We wanted everybody to really be a part of it, and we wanted it to circulate within the community. So we're actually going to have 50 cryptocurrency Crypto Girl NFTs, and they'll all be out by March 14th next year. But yeah, I mean, it's been a really incredible journey, and something that Ross and I have had so much fun with, because that is like, I'm creative, right? But he pushes a lot of the back end stuff. So when we're creating the NFTs, like he's like, okay, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna do it that way, and I'm just there along for the journey. I love this space, and it's going to be amazing to see where it's going to be in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It's yeah, it's been really interesting how quickly it's changed just in the last couple of months.
Absolutely. And I think, anyone who's kind of getting in here during this inception phase, to kind of allude to what you're saying, this is a message to the world. If you can kind of indoctrinate yourself in NFTs and just get a feel for what they are, I'd say over the next 1 to 3 years, like 10 years from now, I feel as though anyone who did that is going to be pretty happy, including Crypto Girl here herself. And so,
Yeah, totally. And it's definitely like it's for some people and not for others, but people just love that, people who appreciate the art behind what we have done. Like we made a Crypto Girl store for people to buy Crypto Girl merch and the posters behind me. So people who love and appreciate what we've done with this collection, they can still be a part of it, even though they're not interested in buying the NFT or can't understand it, because it's still a bit difficult to navigate through for people who aren't big crypto heads. So we want it to be available to everybody if they're a Doge fan because of Elon Musk, or they just love like the characterizations that we've done, because like we kind of were inspired by the Marvel series, and we wanted to kind of make it a little bit what's the word, like a Comic-Con
like a
thing.
hero.
Like how cool would it be to go to a Bitcoin conference and you see like Bitcoin girls or guys inspired by this walking around? Like it would just be so cool. So to be one of the first woman in the crypto space who has done something like this is so cool. And I feel like I feel really grateful that people have received it as well as what they have and supported and really got behind it. It's been really cool.
Okay, I'm pumped because I didn't realize how much of it sounds like the hero's journey is tied into Crypto Girl to a certain extent. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, totally. We
Okay.
put a lot of research behind it, and we really wanted it to be accurate. XRP, it's like each of them all have their own little things, and like with the Doge one behind me here, like we've got the dog meme as the moon, and then I've got my dog that I'm holding. Like we really wanted just to make this fun, and hopefully it gets a lot more people involved in the community as well.
Is your dog getting more and more crypto famous now?
She is. She was she's made an appearance quite a few times on BitBoy Crypto, and everybody loves her. So
okay, cool. And
she's
guys,
a star, really. Let's face it.
by the way, guys, there are, I should say, links in the description to many of the references we've made so far. So don't be shy. Go ahead and check those out. Want to remind everyone too. How can I forget? If you're with us here, don't forget, we're going to do this multiple times, to smash the like and smash the subscribe. As we mentioned, just a little marketing plug here. Don't forget to go connect with all the stuff that Ellie has there. But let's continue. One thing also that you just mentioned, which it made me think of it because we said hero's journey, is so our project that we got going on here at Cryptowriter has a very strong like comic hero's journey like foundation to it. So I know Finney, our character, already has a girlfriend in our storyline, but we got to, guys, I'm telling you right now, Taylor, I know you're here with us. Whoever's watching this on the replay in the Cryptowriter community, start brainstorming. We got to figure out a way to unite these heroes and take over take over the world, whatever crypto space they're in. So I've noticed also, so Ellie, you seem to be very comfortable and good at interviews. And I guess I was expecting, from someone who comes from a background, as far as I know, right, in modeling, I think you would assume that like models would be like a little bit more like quiet or reserved. And I am completely wrong as I get to know you.
Well,
Where does that come from?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm a traditional model, though. I think I've had a very unconventional career. I saw modeling as a really amazing avenue to just get me in the doors with the right people, and it did over the years. It's led to some amazing collaborations, some amazing campaigns, movies, like TV shows. It's been really like such a wild ride, and and to be able to, you know, you kind of have to, like, you've got to be able to speak, because then you're just kind of like, you're just a blank page, really. And that's not really too interesting, especially when, you know, you're talking about a movie or you're talking about something that you're really passionate about. You know, I'm such a chatterbox. So like I was like that as a kid. So I was, but yeah, modeling is just an avenue for me that, I guess just got me in the doors with the right people and the right companies. And then, like, you know, we're now sitting in where we have creative control over a lot of the stuff that we do, which is amazing. And back to the NFTs, like, this gives us full control, like, over it. You think about like Marilyn Monroe, for example, if she had, like, if that Playboy cover was an NFT, and she got 10% of those royalties for the rest of her life. Like, how amazing would that be, you know? But you have complete control over your image. And that's one thing that we love about the NFT space. Like, every artist, you know, you don't have to have a manager or, you know, this middleman who's taking a percentage of the art and the amazing work that you put your heart and soul into. You have that creative control. And I think that's amazing to give back to people who are in this space.
I'm so happy you're bringing that up, because I think that's where we're at potentially with those who might be watching this interview. This could be their first ever exposure to like the NFT space. So could you just dig a little bit deeper on what you mean by, you know, if Marilyn Monroe had that been an NFT, she could be earning, 10% over time. Could you just clarify what that means for our listeners? Because that's like the biggest piece of this whole space that I think a lot of people don't understand yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, you think it's, I mean, the Beatles is another example. If they had, if their music was an NFT, they sold their music as an NFT and had, you know, 10% like the royalties on every sale that went on in the community, instead of all of that money going to, you know, like recording, production companies and all of that kind of stuff. It just really gives people the opportunity to also see their work being circulated and still being able to monetize that. It's a completely new way of doing business, which is, it's really cool. Like, I think, you know, if you put your heart and soul and something into that project, you should be rewarded for that if it resells. Like, it's just a new avenue that people and artists and everyone, you know, athletes, everyone's exploring that. I think it works really, really well, you know?
Yeah. What, for you, like, when did you kind of get to a level where you first started to realize that you had a platform that you can leverage as well? Like, for example, I know with, like here with the shift, I'll be honest, it's the first time I've been ever able to go live and like have people hanging out with me here live. And I've been podcasting for like 3 or 4 years. It feels amazing. I'm like, whoa, I finally have this platform that I dreamed of. Now we can kind of like talk about some of the messages that I'd like to get out to the world. For you, like, at what stage in your life did that first happen, and how did you like scale it from there? I guess that's just like a curious question I have.
Well, going back to the way my career began, it was very unconventional. I never had an agent or a manager, someone who like really believed in me and backed me for who I was. So Ross and I, my partner, who's involved in Crypto Girl, we've been together 13 years almost. And
Wow, congratulations.
thank you. We just said, screw it, we'll do it ourselves. And we built this amazing, career over this last decade. And one of the ways that I really credit social media to that, because I was one of the first people who were like viral on Instagram and Facebook. And I was one of the first people who were on those platforms in the beginning, like back when there was Facebook pages and we didn't have Twitter and we didn't have Instagram. Like, it was just, I was just like, maybe this is an avenue where I can, you know, pitch to companies. I have this following and, you know, extra exposure for your brand. This is way back in the day. So, I mean, it was really just something that I was like, oh, I just saw it as an opportunity, you know, that maybe could work. And like, here we are, you know, 13 years later. And I'm really grateful I have a platform, because like there's things that I'm passionate about. Like, I'm a Wildlife Warriors ambassador for Australia Zoo, Stephen Terry's Australia Zoo. And like my platform is something that I'm not just going to push products on it or push, you know, myself on all the time. I want to be able to share what I'm passionate about and the charities that I work with. And because if you have that platform, you got to do something positive with it. It's not just a, you know, a self-promotion spot for you as much as it is people following you, but it's a place where we can really share what we're passionate about and hopefully also change the world because we have all these people following us. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, like going back to the NFTs and like really taking ownership of your work, you know, especially with social media now, we pump out so much content for free, essentially, like on that space. And then NFTs give us that opportunity to be really, I guess, like rewarded for putting out incredible artistic content. But yeah, social media has had a huge part in my career over the years, and I'm so grateful for that audience because I would not be here doing what I'm doing right now without it, for sure.
Yeah, love it, love it. Okay, so I got we say on the show, you know, I got to talk nerdy to you a little bit. We got to start digging into a little more NFT talk for our diehard Cryptowriter fans. So, I guess could you share with us a little bit about the reason why you chose to use the Ethereum blockchain?
Well, I've worked with Ethereum, so I have Ethereum, so it just seemed like a really good fit because when we first started minting NFTs, we were like, oh, Ethereum, so we picked Ethereum. I think there was this is probably more of a Ross question, but Ethereum just seemed right to us because we have Ethereum, and that was there was a lot of other stuff in there, but like we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, like a few other cryptos as the store. Like we just sit on them. I'm not like I'm a hodler.
That's the way to be at this point. It's funny you mentioned that, like there's so many people I think right now who get caught up in the price fluctuation, and it's like if you just hold on to that again for like 3 to 5 years, I'm pretty confident if you don't panic sell right now, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to be more happy if you just hold on to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something that I really thank BitBoy for because he really mentored me in that space and taught me so much and
Wow.
gave me so much amazing advice, which, you know, we've definitely implemented into all of our investments and NFTs and everything. It's just been amazing. So I have to give him a shout out for sure.
What a great
But yeah, I
mentor
mean,
to
like
have.
Ethereum just to me it seemed like the right fit because we have Ethereum and it, like we've sold two NFTs before we did the whole Crypto Girl series, and it all just worked and flowed so well. So we didn't want to change it. But I mean, I'm still a beginner. I'm open to hearing people's suggestions and someone educating me on a better choice. But so far that's what we've gone with.
I'm sure our comments at this point when we put this out will be going crazy at this point when they hear you say that, because here at Cryptowriter we are very, very, very big on the Wax blockchain. I don't know if you're familiar with Atomic Hub or the Wax blockchain, or EOS is also a favorite here. Once upon a time, before Cryptowriter was Cryptowriter, it was actually EOS Writer, and so our series, or excuse me, guys, if I'm getting the terminology wrong, but our NFTs are on the Wax blockchain, and well, I'll be able to show you actually here. We're going to do a couple giveaways that we advertise to our community during the show, as long as my tech skills don't fail me. And I think a question our community would have for you is like, Ellie, when are you going to bring Crypto Girl to Wax? We have some people, I guarantee some people who'd be going crazy for you if you just dropped even like a few Crypto Girl NFTs on Wax. So
hey, it's such an ever-changing world, and I'm still a beginner in this space. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an expert at all. So I'm always sitting here willing to be educated in this space as much as possible because we are really passionate about this and we would love to hear people's thoughts. Like we'll have a collection of 50, like I said, by next year in March. So people are like, this is our first 5, and people are like, what about, you know, this girl, and what about this guy? I'm like, guys, calm down, they're coming. It's a big process. Like I know it seems like 5 pictures, like 5 NFTs, but it's such a big process because we want to get it right. We want people to love it. So I can't wait to just see it circulated in the community. I think we've got like 9 hours left on our auction at the moment for all 5 of them, and they will only be one of ones. So it'll be really exciting to see where it goes.
Wow. I mean, it's so exciting, right? And if you don't mind, I'd like for us to get an opportunity to kind of just exchange like the storyline for your project and for ours. I want to know with Crypto Girl, you're probably starting to see like, whoa, we could take this so many different directions. It's almost like which direction we just decide to go first. So could you kind of just walk our listeners and viewers through the storyline of Crypto Girl?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we really wanted, I wanted to embody, it was like our own characterization of cryptocurrencies and tokens. And that was really like the inspiration behind it. It was like, we kind of wanted them to be like somewhat of a Marvel character. So every time you see a Marvel, you've got like Black Widow. They all have their own personas. They all have their own, like specific costumes and looks and like just attitudes about them. And that's what we're really passionate about bringing. We want all of the characterizations of the cryptocurrencies to have those specific things. And like Bitcoin, it's like behind me, she's the goddess, the goldest. Like
that art is so cool.
Nothing better than Bitcoin girl. That's the number one. And Doge behind me, like it's got the Doge meme on the moon, and I've got Daisy in it as well with me. And we just wanted it to be really interesting, and it's just our own characterization of the cryptocurrencies and tokens.
Yeah, I love it. And exactly, now you potentially have a storyline with each of these characters, if you guys so choose to go that direction, which is just, man, the excitement.
It would be so cool to see like a comic book of Crypto Girl, it would just be really fun. And even like I know there was a Bitcoin conference in, I think it was Miami. How cool would it be to see like people inspired by this and dressing up as like Crypto Girl or like Crypto Guy and coming dressed as like a gold Bitcoin guy? Like it's just, there's so much that it can inspire. And I feel really lucky and grateful that we were on this so quickly. And I was the first person to be able to really do this. Like no other woman in the crypto space has done something like this. And I feel really lucky that I've been able to be involved before it was completely mainstream, if that makes sense.
Well, if you look at as you mentioned, the development and when you first started kind of gaining followers, it sounds like a similar pattern that you followed, because it's not like somebody handed anything to you. You kind of were just like, let's figure it out. And then boom.
We'll learn as we go, basically. It's just it's started and then it snowballed into Crypto Girl, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Cryptowriter community, I'm calling on you guys here now, because you hear what the direction we're heading with Ellie's project and the hero's journey. And we've talked about this on our show here before. I'll give the Cryptowriter, the Crypto Finny story in a nutshell. And I got to give credit to Kenny, who I believe is our guy in Brisbane as well. He's either him or Taylor, the one that reached out to you. So shout out to Taylor and Kenny. Thank you guys for setting this up. We love our Aussies. I guess I got to get this in here, right? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yes. Nailed it. All right.
So good.
Well, I was talking to Kenny the other day, and he's like, I was just walking down the street one day when this idea hit me. He's like, our project needs a mascot. It needs a superhero. And here at Cryptowriter, we've got the Crypto Finny project. And in a nutshell, he's, just in a way, your average guy. Now, he does come from another planet that happens to be made of gold, but on his planet, everything's made of gold. So he doesn't know he's valuable. He lands on Earth. Someone on Earth sees he's made of gold, doesn't know, takes advantage of him. Next thing you know, he's missing a piece of who he was. And the main reason he came to Earth was to learn what cryptocurrency is. Like, that was just, he needed to learn more. And a series of things happen. And next thing you know, he gets plugged into the Cryptowriter community, and all of a sudden he could see everything. And it's just like, how is he gonna, get revenge now on the person that stole that piece of him that's now missing? But in a way, it's like, there's so many little things that I wish I had time to share with you here today. But that's like, you got to have that here. The superhero's got to be in there. And from there, if you have a superhero in your project and you just kind of make it somewhat relatable to your audience, which clearly you guys are doing, I can't tell you the amount of like snowball stories we've had behind the scenes about, oh, we could do this, and then he could do this, and then he could fight against this guy, and then there's a comic book series. Like it's insane. So somebody start brainstorming here on the Bitcoin girl, crypto girl.
Yeah, no, I mean it's amazing. There's you can take it so far, and I love educating people, especially like my audience, on what NFTs are. Some people still don't understand it. You know, it'll go over some people's heads, and that's fine. But they appreciate the art and really support anything I do. So that was why we were inspired to do the poster prints on the Crypto Girl store, iPhone cases, Crypto Girl merch. Like, people want to be involved in the community, but don't necessarily understand the NFTs or how they work, or they don't have a MetaMask wallet, or, you know, whatever it is. Like, it's too hard.
What's MetaMask?
But they love it. Like, I mean, I could see like myself as like a young girl having posters like this up on my walls. I think it's really cool, and it inspires a whole new community of crypto fans as well. So I think that's really cool.
I love it, and I'm going to start getting our giveaways here. So normally we will do the show live, and during the live feed we'll drop a link in there, and everyone can enter their addresses, and somebody wins a giveaway. So I'm going to kind of hop in here and do a little crypto finny giveaway, show you how we roll over here at Cryptowriter. But you know, before that, you know, what was the last thing you just said? I'm trying to remember now.
About
I'm trying to remember. There's something you just said, and I'm like, oh, I was going to follow up on it, and I got distracted talking about giveaways.
About inspiring a new community of people.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you. So that's exactly what I was thinking. How do you handle a situation when you try to explain what you're doing here in the NFT space with someone who's completely new to it? Because I know I've found myself frustrated sometimes, because you're like, oh, don't you see how cool it is? But you know, people don't get it. So how do you handle those situations?
Well, this is just a completely new world. Like, some people still have the understanding that cryptocurrency isn't real, and Bitcoin was a scam, and all of this stuff. Like, when I first heard about this, when Ross was telling me, like, he was the one who inspired this journey, you know, initially, and he was talking about Bitcoin, and I was like, is that still around? Is that still happening? And then now it's just become like, it's so crazy. Over the last couple of months, it's become like so much more mainstream. And it's great to see that. But explaining it to people is a little bit difficult sometimes, especially if they don't understand what crypto is. But I think if people are generally open to learning about it, then they go off and do their own research. And because sometimes it just doesn't interest people. Like, they'll see the photo and they'll be like, wow, that's awesome. Like, that's so cool. Like, what is that? And then we start talking about cryptocurrency and NFTs, and their eyes just glaze over. Like, they just shut down. And, you know, that's fine. Like, people can appreciate art and not care about crypto. That's fine. But yeah, for the people who have like somewhat of an understanding, they're really intrigued by it, because they have heard somewhat about NFTs. They just don't really know what they are or how they work or anything like that. And honestly, it's still such an ever-changing world as well. It's going to be so interesting to see what it's like in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So yeah, I think if people are genuinely interested, they usually go off and do their own little bit of research and come back, and they're like, oh, I was reading about this, are you going to do this? And it's really cool, because that person genuinely wouldn't have been interested if they hadn't seen what we had done, if that makes sense.
Oh man, it's so cool. And honestly, I got to give a shout out to my wife, Nikki, as well, because I've been in the crypto space for a decent amount of time, and I've talked to her about it, and, you know, she's like, you know, whatever. There's a few podcasts that she watches, though, that talk about NFTs. And I've noticed, once I started kind of talking to her more about NFTs, and I got a wallet set up for her, she's getting a nice little collection going now. And it's really cool how I think NFTs are creating a different avenue for people who didn't quite get like some of the crypto stuff to still get into the space through like something they can see and like relate to more easily, I guess is the right word.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, there's a huge difference between sitting there and looking at your crypto wallet and then sitting there and looking at your NFT collections, or, you know, it definitely piques different people's interests. And I mean, NFTs definitely do for me, because it's such like I said, an ever-changing space, and there's so many celebrities and people getting on board with it now. And It's great to see people supporting that, because it then also supports more of the unknown people who are creating NFTs, who are artists, and gives more and more credibility to that space, and gets them noticed as well. So I think that's really cool. It's definitely going to massively change, I think, over the next 5 years, because I have seen it become more and more mainstream on, just via the news and like financial news.
The fact that you can say Bitcoin now and nobody laughs at you does say something, right?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, like, I feel like that's only been in the last couple of months too. Yeah, like it's been in a lot of the financial news, and people are like, oh wow, it's actually a legit thing now. It's not, just phantom money.
Right. There's certain things about Dogecoin that actually did help out the community, as much as the crypto OGs like to hate on it. So so I'm going to share my screen here now, and this is what we're doing for fun over here at Cryptowriter when we go live. And so I'll do my nutshell explanation for you here. But are you familiar with unpacking? Like maybe you get like a bundle or a pack in the NFT space. Have you guys done anything like that?
No, we haven't, because this was our first collection we actually minted, and we were still trying to figure it out, because it was a little bit different, obviously, to minting just a singular NFT. But educate me, tell me.
Okay, awesome. So, and again, these are things that I've probably learned like in the past 3 months. So, what's really popular in the Wax blockchain, and I'm sure Ethereum, but I really don't know much beyond this one. This is where I've kind of learned everything. Is you can get a pack. It's like opening up a pack of cards. You can get a pack, and you can rip the pack, and then inside that pack, sometimes you have the rare ones, sometimes you just get like a regular one. Another cool distinctive thing that I've noticed about our project is in ours, we don't unpack things. We burn these coins. And when you burn this coin, you end up getting a one-of-a-kind crypto finny, if that makes sense. So
what's a crypto finny?
Okay, so you're awesome. Thank you. A crypto finny.
I'm asking the dumb questions here, so everyone else.
No. And if anything, we should maybe flip. I'd love to flip this interview a little bit too, and have you asking me some questions here too. So basically, again, as I mentioned, in theory, in the storyline, Finny is this one singular person, but kind of in our collection space, the way I look at this actually is like, imagine if you're a fan of Star Wars and the Star Wars story, and you got Luke and you got whoever, but if you go play like a Star Wars video game, like you could potentially have like 100 different Jedi or whatever, right? Like you could just kind of do whatever. So anyways, in the crypto Finny space, there's all these different unique characteristics that you can get on your Finny. So like you could have different hair, different eyes, different metal, different, all these different attributes. And depending on
a little bit like Sims.
Yeah.
Like Sims. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So imagine like Sims, and then the features of the Sims have different rarities that you have no control over what you get.
Oh, cool.
And so like we like, I think rhodium is like our most rare metal. So like we burned a coin the other day, and like you rarely get a rhodium Finny. And then we burned one live, and everyone's going crazy in the comments like, oh, I want that one for the giveaway. So so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna burn this coin. Today, burn this thing. Thank you, Taylor.
Wow, that's so cool. I love that.
Taylor, thank you. I was hoping that you were going to do that. You want to do it one more time, Taylor? We're going to burn this coin right now. Today, burn this thing.
That's awesome. I love that.
We have fun over here. So we burn it, and now it's kind of like the suspense. What Finny are we going to get? We shall see. And by the way, this Finny is going to get given away here live, quote unquote, live on the show. So as we see here, as we highlight over them, honestly, someone in our community, they probably wouldn't be super, super happy with this one. At the end of the day, it just being a Finny, there's like a whole nother direction we could go, but that's going to take, another hour. So we won't do that. But you could see here, we've got the different attributes. It's an iridium is the metal, light skin, black eyes, purple t-shirt. So like all these different attributes, there's certain rarities. And unfortunately, this one's not super rare, but he can still get some good use out of him based on the way this whole process is gamified, and we'll save that for later. And if you notice here, I'll get to this later. Your buddy BitBoy, who you referenced a few times there, we actually have a BitBoy Finny teaser on that one, folks. Teaser. You weren't supposed to see it yet, but here we go.
That's so cool. I love that.
And so
you need to have him. You need to have him with like a Lamborghini or something.
Yeah, there you go. Hey guys, maybe a Lamborghini attribute for inspired by BitBoy. That's actually one thing I'd like to do here too. I'm going to burn this next coin, but is there anything that you're seeing so far that, along with like a Lambo, like is there any other creative ideas coming to you now as you look at this?
Do you have Finny girls?
Yes. So Finny has a girlfriend named Snap. And that's when you started talking about Crypto Girl. I'm like, dang it, should we have made Snap? It's too late.
It's too late. We're already committed.
We should make but we can make them friends. They can fight crime together, right? So so we're gonna give this one away here, and then we're gonna burn this one here and see what we get. Taylor, you want to hit it one more time?
The burn. We need the burn.
Today, burn this thing.
It's so good. I wish I had that as a job. I'm really good at putting emojis into the group chat and GIFs.
Yes. So let's see. Hopefully we got a little. Okay, this looks like it could be a little bit higher value Finny here. Man, I think. Hold on, am I getting this wrong? No. So these are. I think the average crypto Finny enthusiast would be a little bit disappointed with the poll here. But the cool thing is, I'll try and explain this one in a nutshell too. If you get kind of like these quote unquote boring Finnies, there's a way that you can then burn them into leveling up to a more rare Finny, if that makes sense. So
awesome. That's so interesting. That's so cool. It's
so
like
we're
a new kids game to like Sims, I guess.
I love this. I love the Sims reference. So we'll do this here. We're gonna do this real quick here, guys. The first one, we're gonna basically do this as a giveaway, Ellie. So we had people enter their names before the show into this giveaway. By the way, you guys, you can go to the Cryptowriter Twitter page. We're always doing giveaways. We got everyone's name in this list. I don't know if you've seen this one yet, Ellie. This is a lot of fun. So we give everyone a name here on these little duckies. And you can only imagine what this is like live. But everyone that entered the contest has a little ducky.
That's awesome. I love that.
Whoever
nervous.
So we're gonna do.
Cool.
We're gonna do this one. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. We're gonna do this one here for the duck race. So let's see who's gonna win this crypto Finny.
Oh my god! So they're actually going pretty fast.
Yeah, and it's like a.
Oh my god! This is so cool. Oh my god! The anticipation.
Right.
I'm sweating.
You normally don't like. You normally want your duck like near the end too. Like if your duck's at the front here, it's like. Uh-oh.
Here comes the ones with the most
stamina.
Oh my god! Phantom Puppeteer. Good job.
Congratulations, Phantom Puppeteer. Let's get some more notoriety.
I love that there's a photo finish.
Exactly. So let me go back here. So Taylor, if you could go into our sheet and just make a note of Phantom Puppeteer, go ahead and cross-reference them, make sure they're a real person, because sometimes people will put some fake addresses in there. That'd be awesome. And then we'll do one more giveaway later here in the show with that other Finny. But back to the interview, folks. Thank you for hopefully enjoying that race. By the way, all the important links in today's show are in the show notes, the description. So please go connect with Ellie there, our community, myself, everyone, and then smash the like, smash the subscribe, because we're always having fun over here. Ellie, this is maybe a little bit off topic, but before we hit record, you mentioned this, and I was like, wait, I got to dig deeper on that one too. You mentioned you have a Caribbean connection, and like you're in your bloodline, which is really interesting. I lived in Belize for a little bit, which is they'll consider themselves Caribbean. They are, but obviously in Central. Don't tell a Belizean that they're not Caribbean, I guess is what I'm saying. But how did you get your Caribbean roots?
So my dad's side of the family are all mostly from the Caribbean. So I think my great uncle is like the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, one of the islands there. I've never been, but my dad had over the last couple of years, and kind of gave me a little bit of an insight into our family. But yeah, really cool. Like I have because people are always like, you don't look like an Australian girl. Like what? Where's your family from? And my last name is Gonsalves, and it's not spelt the way that it's not Latina, but it's Portuguese. Like really weird. My dad told me that I had like this family member who was like a princess in Portugal or something, and she like ran away with a guy from the Caribbean or something like that. I don't know how accurate that is, but yeah, that's kind of how they all ended up in the Caribbean, and then yeah, it all just came from there.
Yeah, so you have like a pretty diverse like ethnicity then. Australian mixed with a bunch of other cool things.
So my dad was brought up in the UK, and my mum, she's Australian, and yeah, I'm kind of a bit of a mix from all over, I guess.
Our buddy Taylor here, who's helping produce the show right now, I know he was born in the UK and moved. I think you guys are in the same area, right, Taylor? I won't pull you up on stage now, but you can go ahead and put it in our private chat. Are you from Brisbane, Taylor? Go let us know.
I think the boys are from the Sunshine Coast, which
there it is.
Yeah, the Sunshine Coast. So I'm Gold Coast now. I grew up in Brisbane, though. Yeah.
As a uneducated North American, what is the difference between the Sunshine and the Gold Coast?
Sunshine Coast is north. It's a little bit more chilled. It's like a bit of a smaller community. Gold Coast is more of I guess a bigger city, a bit busier. Like it's. I think there's kind of a little bit more going on here, but it's a little bit more exciting. I don't know.
Taylor might hit you with the
Sunshine Coast is beautiful. Like it's very quiet. It's really pretty. Like we're so lucky up here to have we have some of the most beautiful beaches in the world here in Queensland. So we're really blessed.
Right. That's more like the surfing community there, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't surf, but yeah, I see people surfing here all the time.
Cool. What about tying into your background in fashion, makeup as well, right? Makeup and hair products, am I right?
My career is expand. Like we have done so much. Like
you did something with jeans too, or something, right?
Good American with Khloe Kardashian. Yeah, and like L'Oreal. We've done so much over the last couple of years.
That's so this is a secret question slid in. This is like sliding a note under the desk from my wife here, but I know she's like, no, don't ask her. Don't ask her. I was like, Nikki, I gotta do it. I was like, what was it like working with Khloe's project?
It was amazing. I get so many questions about this because it's Khloe Kardashian, but we actually originally had met through having the same personal trainer when I was in Beverly Hills and living in America. And that's kind of originally how it came about. Like, we met and got along really well. She's so lovely. She's so funny. Like, she is so funny. I love her. And yeah, like Good American launched and they asked me to be a part of the Good Squad. And of course I was like, yes, absolutely. I love being involved in brands who are all inclusive and support women everywhere, really. Like I think it's important to be aligned with companies that are like that. So I was really blessed to have had them ask me to be a part of that. Like on the campaign, we had like Lizzo there with us, like before she was like big superstar Lizzo, like, she was just still kind of up and coming and they were super supportive of her and she was there on the shoot and it was just so cool. And to be there with such a big group of amazing women and empowering women was really cool. But yeah, Khloe's amazing. Like she's very, very funny and very, very down to earth. So I was really lucky to be a part of that campaign for sure. Yeah,
and one thing that I wasn't sure of coming into this interview, just because we hadn't got to know each other yet. It really stands out to me now that from a moral and ethics perspective, you are very much aligned with, what you stand for and really doing good. And I think what can happen sometimes is, for whatever reason, once you get to a certain level, like for example, I know you've got a significant following, right? It's like people might think, oh, she's not a nice person or something like that. And I'm just here to say, guys, like, I don't know if you can tell, like clearly Ellie's, she's got her stuff in line here. So I don't know, is is that something that comes up? I guess I'm just curious what it's like.
Sorry, ask me that again. I think I just got disconnected.
Oh, I was like, wait, did I ask the wrong question? Oh shoot. No, I guess what I'm saying is, some people might think that someone who's reached your level of success might not be like the nicest person, right? And I'm just like here to say, from my takes, is morally, ethically, like there's so many things you've shared so far that make me think, yeah, that's not true. And so, do you think, does that happen in the space? Like people start thinking that about someone once they get to a certain level, or it's kind of a tough question to answer, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like over my career, like you don't have longevity in this business if you are not a genuine, true to yourself, kind person. I've been doing this for 12 years now, and I've been really lucky to have such a long, productive, amazing career. But I think that just comes down to just being a good, nice person, and someone who considers other people and has good morals and values. And that's really what I put my success down to, for sure. And having the right people around me. Sometimes I think a lot of people in this industry who have had a very successful career might not necessarily have the right people around them. And it's just a lot of yes people who are like, yes, 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 yes. And you don't really have anyone kind of bringing you down to reality as much. But I definitely have a really good group of people around me who support me, but also kind of like keep me grounded and keep me humbled. And I think that's why I've had that longevity. But yeah, it can go one or two ways. But I think it's that it comes down to just knowing what your morals and your values are, and being kind and having good people around you, for sure. Just keeping you accountable and just making sure that you're on the right track.
And it sounds like Ross has just been amazing throughout this experience. I guess we got to give him a little bit more, clout or credibility, whatever it is. Right here. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, he's just loved being the behind the scenes person a lot. Like over the years, like he's always been very involved. But he's like, oh, I don't need to be publicly, out there and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm so blessed and grateful to have him been by my side. We've been through a lot together. We've both lost our dads in the last 5 years, and it's been a really tough road for us, and put a lot of things into perspective as well, which has been amazing. But yeah, we've definitely had our fair share of struggles over the years. But we've been there for each other and supported one another and whatever we do. So that's always been our number one.
Yeah. What's like, you don't have to dig too deep on this, but learning from others' experiences is always so powerful. And so, whether it's with you and Ross or maybe independently, you can kind of take this whichever way you want. But like, what's like a big hurdle or like a big struggle or a hardship that you faced that you think has just really helped you level up from where you were before that hardship?
It was definitely the loss of my dad. I lost my dad to suicide 5 years ago, and I was actually very, very close to him, very, very close. And it was very unexpected. And I was actually in another country. I had to get on a plane and come back here and go to his funeral and say goodbye to him, in a casket. And it was really, really sad. And it was something that I really struggled with for a long time, but had that good group of people around me trying to get me through it. And it just put everything into perspective. Like, I feel like I was pretty level-headed before that, very, very driven, motivated and everything, but it just made me value things differently and just put things into perspective. Like things that would bother me 5 years ago, over 5 years ago, now just it wouldn't even bother me. And just in terms of like valuing things differently and what's truly important, just it was 100% reiterated after that. Because when you lose someone who's so close to you, it just changes your life. It changes where you go, how you react to things, and you kind of just have to take something good out of it. You have to take a lesson out of it. Otherwise, it can be that downward spiral. You can go one or two ways. But that definitely like completely changed my life. And you just have to see things for what they are and learn from them, and just kind of be grateful for the lesson, because it makes you a stronger, better person for it. Well, it can and it can't. But you know, I think it comes down to having those good people around you supporting you. And if you don't have that as well, people aren't as lucky to have that. You know, you just kind of, you got to see the good in the situation and the lesson, I guess. Because, you know, there's nothing good about losing someone who you're so close with and who you love with all your heart. But yeah, you just, it's that taking away that lesson and gaining a new perspective, because you can't learn from anything that you haven't been through in your life. And if people share certain stories and stuff, you can't generally like connect to it or relate to it if you haven't been through it yourself. So yeah, it just made me just open my eyes so much.
Yeah. Wow. That's
I know it's so heavy and like so.
no, that's golden advice. And so, just thank you for kind of being vulnerable and sharing with us here too. I mean, that's the best. Those are the best interviews. So,
hey, I'm an open book. I'm just like, I always, I think that experience actually taught me to be more of an open book and to be, to share my experiences, because not only did I learn from them, but so many other people out there can learn from them too. And it might help them with the situation they're currently going through, or like, you know, they might not have anyone that they look up to that has gone through it, or it makes people feel less alone. So, you know, I would have really appreciated that when I was going through what I was going through, if someone I looked up to went through that too. And you know, that's something that I connected with Khloe Kardashian on. You know, when my dad died, she had a lot of really amazing advice that she gave me to help me get through some, like a few situations I was going through with the death of my dad. And I was really, really grateful for that. That was so amazing.
yeah, powerful. What do you think was for you, you know, kind of, I guess the secret to keeping good people around you? Because that's kind of a skill within itself, I think, as you make your way through life. Friends come, friends go, you meet new people. What's been your secret to keeping good people around you?
I think that in this industry, you learn very quickly, because there are a lot of sharks around, and you just have to, you kind of have to just be open to everything and navigate it the best way you can. That's how I've sort of seen it. You know, after some time, you just got to keep your eyes and your ears open and learn from situations. So then if you see a red flag in the future, you're like, oh, no, okay, I'm running another direction. But just people who have good values, and who don't try and take advantage of you, having people like that around you, they don't have like an agenda to you doing certain things or anything like that. They just want to see you happy and successful. That's how I've kind of navigated it the last couple of years. And don't get me wrong, we have met some seriously strange people over the years in the entertainment industry. You kind of have to be pretty cutthroat and really just see things for what they are, and not just believe everything everyone says. You know, people will tell you a lot about themselves without even having to open their mouth. But yeah, that's how I've kind of navigated, like, especially friends. You know, if I see something happening again and again and again, you just gotta see those red flags, and that's definitely how I've been able to navigate it. But I was really lucky to find the love of my life so early on. You know, I was 17,
Wow.
18, and yeah, we were really lucky to find each other. I think that's just the universe sometimes. You know, some people find their soulmates much many years on, but I was really we were both very lucky.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And you guys have literally gone on the journey together, which I think is the coolest thing. And yeah, I mean, it's the dream, right? Just keep living it.
I mean, there's a lot of years of hard work and like everything
right
behind it, but yeah, it's amazing.
Valleys and mountains.
Exactly.
So Taylor, real quick, because I can see you're on the spreadsheet with me here, I'm going to remove that last winner and go ahead and move our updated list over for our final giveaway, because we got Ellie only for a little bit more here. So as I am preparing this last giveaway here, Ellie, I got some fun questions for you. You can take it in whichever order you prefer, and really whatever comes top of mind for one of these, because I know it's a tough one. But what's your favorite ice cream flavor, and what is your favorite movie, or again, whatever comes to mind for you?
Okay, favorite ice cream has got to be chocolate chip cookie dough.
Nice.
I could eat cookie dough normally, so that was definitely my favorite. And my favorite movie has to be Aliens with Sigourney Weaver.
Wow. Wait, the scary one?
The scary one, yeah.
Which so I think they made like a new one. Am I right? Wasn't there like a new one that came out?
There are so many spin-offs, but then they had Prometheus, and then they had Alien Covenant.
Right.
But I love Aliens because that was like the real true, like the OG. They had Alien and then they had Aliens, but Aliens has always been my number one movie. My dad and I actually bonded over watching that all the time. So I watched it when I was like 7 years old for the first time.
I honestly, I love that you said the OG too, because to me that sounds like you're definitely hanging out in the crypto space now if you're referring to something as the OG.
Yeah. Yeah, she was such a powerful heroine and somewhat inspires a lot of like the badass like characterizations of all these cryptocurrencies behind me for sure.
Love it. All right, guys. So the first Finny given away was where we at? Was this guy, as we mentioned, and now we're gonna do this one. And then we got a teaser for you here with Ellie's buddy BitBoy. We got a really cool way we're gonna leverage. If you guys can see here, that's mint 10 out of 10. There's only 10 of those made. We'll get to it in a second. But let's go ahead and see who is gonna win this other Finny. Here we go.
Let's go. This is so cool. I love this. I'm gonna have to do this for my Instagram giveaways in the future for sure.
Definitely. You can see, right, look, onlinestopwatch.com. Make sure you do the duck race. That's the only one that's like, I guess, free. You can get premium for like, I think it's like $12 and you can do a bunch of different races. But
no, I like the duck race. It's so cute. All right, here we go. All the front runners. Here come the back ones.
Who's got it?
Oh, Goji. Is it? Oh, yes. That's awesome.
Joggy.
Congratulations, Joggy.
Number 23, looking like Michael Jordan, or some might say LeBron.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
So, Taylor, if you could snag Joggy's wax address, that'd be awesome. MB and Awit Sarov, man, these are all some of our OGs here. Want to give you guys a quick shout out while we got you on camera. But yeah, let's see. Wow, we are coming right down to the wire. I think you got another. You're just doing meetings all day today, huh?
Oh, I'm done after this. This is my last one. Lucky last.
Cool. We're happy to have you here. Let me scan through my notes here because I feel like I got one more cool thing for you if I think hard enough. You mentioned the Super Bowl. Real quick, what was that like? That's pretty cool.
One of the most incredible experiences of my entire career. They came to me and they were like, we're looking for the ultimate Australian girl and we think you're it. Are you interested in doing a Super Bowl commercial? And I was just like, I thought it was a joke. Like, I actually thought the email was a joke. And Ross was like, this is a Super Bowl. Like, let me call them. So I got on the phone to them, booked the commercial. I didn't even do a casting. Like, it was just so, it was a dream come true, honestly. It was just so wild. And I just felt so lucky to be like one of the first, Australian girl. Like Miranda Kerr was the other Australian girl in the Super Bowl commercial that year.
what was the commercial?
It was for Yellowtail Wines.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So we had like an animatronic kangaroo and the yellowtail guy, and we're on a beach in Barcelona, and that was like one of the first experiences where I was like, I felt like I'd made it, and like I had my own huge trailer, like a whole team of people. Like, it was just so wild. And I just, and I had Ross there with me too. So we both experienced it together and had an amazing trip in Barcelona and spent a few days in Spain. So it was just like one of the most amazing career highlights for sure. And just so much fun. Like the whole team were amazing, had the best time. Like I'm smiling because I'm remembering memories from that trip, and it was just incredible. Yeah.
And so, did they want you for the commercial? Did you have to speak? Did you use your Australian accent in the commercial?
I did. Yeah. They were like, here at Yellowtail, we believe in Ellie Gonsalves. And I was like, who gets their name mentioned in a Super Bowl commercial for one? And then I'm like, hey, I was like, can I pet your Roo? Because he has like the animatronic kangaroo. And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, he was like, can you pet my Roo? And I was like, sure, I'll pet your Roo. It was just like a lighthearted, funny commercial. And it was awesome, like so much fun. And we only found out they mentioned my name in the commercial like the night before, and Ross is like, they mentioned your name in this. So I was like, oh my God.
I'm gonna have to go check it out now. If you just type in Yellowtail Ellie on YouTube, you'll pop up there.
Yeah, it's on there.
Awesome. Well, real quick, guys, as we mentioned a few times here, you might have seen it in our archive. This BitBoy Mint 10 NFT is going to be auctioned off here in the very near future. So make sure you go ahead and follow us, Cryptowriter _ on Twitter, and get a chance to win this. And obviously, you know, BitBoy, we're coming for you, man. We've got your friend Ellie here, so whatever it takes to get you on the mic with me, man. I'm ready to have some fun. So let me go ahead and pull my screen back there. There we go. So Ellie, it's been an absolute honor. A lot of fun having you here. Any parting words of wisdom to our listeners and viewers today?
Oh, I think if you love something, pursue it, and just if you're passionate about things, and you don't know how to go about them, just do it. Like that's what my whole career has been. This is what Crypto Girl has been. Like it's just these passions in mine and Ross's life that we've pursued, and like here we are. You know, but like I just want to say thank you to the community for supporting this, and you guys for supporting me and Crypto Girl, and sharing the message, and to everybody out there. It's amazing being part of this community.
Yeah, absolutely. And from us to you, you know, thank you. I'm sure this interview is going to perform very well, probably better than many, if not, you know, number one that we've done. So thank you for, you know, sprinkling your clout on us. We really, really do appreciate it. And we look forward to watching you grow. And who knows, I'm sure someone out there is going to be like trying to make an Ellie Finney. Maybe we can make an Ellie Finney.
God, yes, that would be so fun. And then you need a Daisy one though too.
a Daisy Finney.
Daisy Finney.
Oh, is that the dog?
Yeah.
Your dog. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Daisy Finney for sure, guys. All right, Kenny, Sean, you hear it. I was gonna say, I think we've only done like 2 or 3 influencer Finneys so far. So
wow.
you'll beat me to the punch. We don't even have Adam Finney yet. So there you go.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for having me on the show and for reaching out. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys love the Crypto Girl series.
That's right, guys. Go check it out. All of the links are in the description. Smash the like, smash the subscribe if you had fun here today. We rocked out with Ellie Gonsalves, who is a model and actress.
And Daisy, she says
there
hi.
she is. Daisy, shout out. And I've got my little puppy running around here too, Luca.
Hey, shush.
Is she there? Can we get her on camera?
Do you want to come here? You want to come? Quick. I'll grab her. Oh. She's run away from me.
Oh, man. All good.
Maybe next time.
Yep, exactly. Shout out to Daisy again, guys. This is Ellie Gonsalves, model, actress, official Super Bowl commercial woman, crypto girl too. My name is Adam Carswell. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And remember, in all you think, say, and do, take it to the next level.